There comes a time in everyone's life when quitting feels easier than continuing. The weight of failure, the noise of doubt, and the silence of loneliness make the heart whisper, maybe it's not meant for me. But true winners are not those who never fall, they are those who refuse to stay down. They understand that every fall carries a hidden lesson and every setback hides a seed of strength waiting to bloom. Winners are not driven by comfort or convenience, they are guided by a purpose so powerful that even pain becomes fuel. Their strength lies not in avoiding challenges, but in embracing them as the necessary path toward mastery. They understand that true growth does not bloom in comfort, but in struggle. When others search for ease, winners choose the road that tests their will. They rise not because the path is smooth, but because they refuse to surrender when it becomes rough. Their purpose becomes their fire, burning brighter than any excuse. Motivation may spark the journey, but discipline keeps it alive. Winners rely on discipline when the spark fades. When energy drains and when doubt creeps in, discipline builds a foundation that can withstand storms. It creates consistency where others lose focus. Winners show up even when inspiration is gone, even when failure knocks loudly. Their power lies in their steady rhythm, their ability to move forward with calm determination. In this rhythm, they find their real strength. Failure, to them, is never the end but a guide that points the way forward. Every fall becomes a mirror reflecting what must change. Winners do not fear mistakes, they dissect them, learn from them, and transform them into wisdom. Where others see loss, they see training. Each defeat refines their character, shaping them into something unbreakable. Patience and resilience become their allies as they navigate chaos with unshakable focus. They do not rush the process, for they know real success matures slowly. The dialogue within their minds separates them from the crowd. While many are silenced by fear, winners speak words of courage into their own hearts. They understand that every battle begins within. When the world doubts them, their inner voice says, keep moving. They are not immune to fear, but they have learned to use it as fuel for bravery. Each time fear whispers, they take another step forward, proving that courage is not the absence of fear, but the refusal to bow before it. Discipline is the invisible force that separates dreamers from achievers. It is the bridge between desire and accomplishment, the silent strength that drives action even when motivation disappears. Motivation may bring excitement for a moment, but it burns out quickly like a spark in the wind. Discipline, however, endures. It stands firm when emotions fade and energy weakens. The one who builds discipline learns to move forward without waiting for the perfect moment or the right feeling. The essence of discipline lies in consistency. Winners do not depend on moods, they depend on commitment. They rise when others sleep, practice when others rest, and persist when others doubt. Discipline teaches control over impulses, training the mind to stay steady in chaos. It molds the body, sharpens the will, and strengthens the heart. In the rhythm of repeated effort, greatness begins to take form. It is not passion that creates excellence, but the relentless consistency born from discipline. Discipline demands sacrifice. It asks for the rejection of comfort and the endurance of hardship. It strips away laziness and replaces it with purpose. The path is not pleasant, yet it is pure. It teaches the value of patience and the art of self-mastery. When one learns to control the urge to quit, every challenge becomes a test of inner strength. Discipline does not promise ease, it promises transformation. Through discipline, the ordinary becomes capable of the extraordinary. In moments of weakness, discipline becomes a silent companion. It whispers reminders of why the journey began and fuels the will to continue. It does not argue with excuses, it simply moves forward. The heart may tremble, the body may ache, but discipline remains steady. It becomes the calm voice in the storm, guiding every step with precision and purpose. The disciplined mind does not react to emotions, it responds with reason and persistence. Failure is not a sign of weakness, but a test of strength. It arrives to strip away illusions and reveal what truly lies within. Those who succeed do not escape failure, they walk through it with open eyes. Every disappointment carries within it the seed of understanding, and every fall brings the wisdom to rise higher. The one who accepts failure as a teacher learns lessons that success can never offer. Defeat, when faced with courage, becomes a powerful tool of transformation. When failure strikes, most people break under its weight, but winners absorb its pain and turn it into power. They understand that the fall is not the end, it is part of the climb. Instead of asking, "Why me?" they ask, "What now?" This shift in perspective changes everything. It removes self-pity and replaces it with purpose. In the quiet moments after a setback, the mind of a winner begins to rebuild, stronger and sharper than before. Failure exposes the truth of one's character. It shows who is driven by passion and who is trapped by pride. Those who run from failure also run from growth. The courageous face it, accept it, and use it as a mirror to correct their flaws. Every mistake becomes a lesson written in effort and pain. Through this process, their endurance grows, their patience deepens, and their clarity strengthens. They no longer fear failure because they have learned how to use it. The experience of falling teaches humility, and humility gives birth to wisdom. It reminds a person that no one is beyond error and that every achievement demands countless attempts. Failure removes arrogance and replaces it with understanding. It refines ambition into purpose and emotion into focus. Those who embrace failure do not depend on luck or chance, they depend on persistence, knowing that each setback brings them one step closer to mastery. Focus is the foundation upon which all greatness is built. The mind, when scattered, loses its strength, but when directed with precision, it becomes unstoppable. Distractions are the silent destroyers of progress. They steal time, energy, and purpose without making a sound. Winners understand that focus is not a natural gift, but a cultivated skill. It demands control over thoughts, emotions, and environment. To focus means to resist the temptation of ease and commit to the discipline of clarity. Those who lack focus chase many things and achieve none. They start strong but fade when the world pulls their attention in every direction. Winners train their minds to block the noise, to silence the unnecessary, and to see only the target ahead. Their vision becomes so sharp that everything unrelated begins to blur. They do not waste time in comparison or doubt because their energy belongs to their mission. Focus gives them power over distraction and direction over confusion. Focus is not only about attention, it is about endurance. It is the art of holding one's vision steady while the world around demands surrender. When boredom arrives, focus keeps the hands working. When failure whispers, focus keeps the heart steady. It demands patience when results are invisible and persistence when progress feels slow. True focus is not momentary, it is a long, unbroken commitment to a goal that refuses to die. Every master of any craft knows the pain of isolation that comes with focus. It requires the courage to say no to comfort, to people, and sometimes even to opportunity. It forces a person to choose depth over variety, mastery over distraction. Those who are focused do not seek attention, they seek progress. They move quietly, steadily, with a rhythm that grows stronger over time. Their silence is their weapon, and their results become their voice. Patience is the hidden strength that separates those who endure from those who surrender. In a world obsessed with speed, Patience becomes a rare power. Growth does not happen in noise or rush, it unfolds in silence and persistence. Every strong soul understands that greatness cannot be forced. Just as a seed takes time to become a tree, every dream demands its own season to bloom. The impatient seek shortcuts and end up lost, while the patient move slowly but reach deeply rooted success. When chaos surrounds, patience protects the mind from breaking. It gives clarity when everything else seems uncertain. The one who holds patience does not fight against time, he walks with it. He knows that storms are temporary and that no difficulty lasts forever. In moments of confusion, patience becomes the anchor that keeps the spirit steady. It teaches the heart to wait without losing hope and to trust the process even when results remain unseen. Impatience weakens vision and clouds judgment. It pushes a person to make decisions out of fear rather than wisdom. The patient, however, remain calm even when progress feels invisible. They understand that every delay has purpose and every pause holds a lesson. Their stillness is not weakness, it is control. They use waiting periods to strengthen themselves, to observe and to prepare for what lies ahead. Patience sharpens their focus and deepens their understanding of timing. True patience is not passive, it is active endurance. It is the quiet effort of continuing without complaint, of working when no one watches, and of believing when no one else does. It does not mean doing nothing, it means doing the right thing for as long as it takes. The patient never waste energy on panic, they invest it in persistence. This kind of patience builds resilience so strong that even chaos begins to lose its power. The conversation within the mind determines the direction of life. The words one repeats silently become the truth that shapes reality. Many lose battles long before they begin because their thoughts are filled with doubt, fear and hesitation. The inner dialogue of a winner is different. It is built on courage and belief. When the world tells them to stop, their mind whispers to continue. This voice of strength is not born overnight, it is forged through pain, challenge and relentless self-discipline. The way a person speaks to themselves in moments of failure defines how far they will rise. Winners do not curse their mistakes, they analyze them, learn, and move forward with sharper awareness. Their thoughts are not poisoned by comparison or jealousy because they understand that self-sabotage begins in the mind. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, they focus on what can be done next. Their inner voice reminds them that one fall does not erase their potential and one loss does not define their journey. The mind is a battlefield where every thought is a soldier. Negative thoughts try to conquer confidence, but winners fight back with conviction. They guard their minds like sacred ground, allowing only strength, clarity and purpose to live there. Every time doubt knocks, they answer with action. Their mental strength becomes their armor, protecting them from discouragement and distraction. The power of their inner voice gives them stability, even when everything outside feels uncertain. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery over it. Every human heart knows fear, but only a few choose to rise above it. Fear whispers reasons to stop, excuses to delay, and lies that limit the mind. Courage silences that noise and commands movement. The courageous do not wait for fear to vanish, they act despite its presence. They understand that growth begins the moment comfort ends. To walk into the unknown takes strength, but to stay there and build something takes power beyond measure. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It seduces with ease and dulls the fire of ambition. Those who seek comfort remain ordinary because they never challenge their limits. Winners, however, step beyond the familiar no matter how uncertain it feels. They expose themselves to discomfort because they know it is the only path to evolution. Courage pushes them through pain, through doubt, through loneliness. Each struggle faced with bravery becomes a layer of resilience that no comfort can ever create. Fear has many faces. Sometimes it hides behind self-doubt, sometimes behind the fear of judgment or failure. The courageous see these illusions for what they are, barriers built by the mind. They do not try to escape fear, they confront it until it loses its control. Every time they face fear, they reclaim a piece of their strength. Slowly, fear transforms from a wall into a stepping stone. It becomes a reminder of where courage must rise again. Consistency is the force that transforms potential into power. It is the silent discipline that builds empires and shapes greatness. Talent may give an early advantage, but without consistency, it fades into nothing. The consistent person does not depend on moods or motivation, they depend on routine and responsibility. Every day they show up, even when inspiration is gone, even when the road feels endless. Their persistence becomes their greatest strength, turning ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Those who rely solely on talent often rise fast but fall quickly because talent without effort is unstable. Consistency gives stability where talent gives speed. It turns small actions into powerful habits and builds momentum that no obstacle can stop. The consistent mind does not rush towards success, it builds it brick by brick, day after day. Progress may be slow, but it never stops, and in that steady motion lies real power. The one who continues even without applause becomes unstoppable over time. Consistency demands sacrifice. It requires giving up comfort, distractions and excuses. The path of consistency is not glamorous, it is filled with repetition, silence, and effort that often goes unseen. Yet every step, every routine and every small act contributes to mastery. It tests patience and endurance, forcing the individual to trust the process instead of chasing instant reward. The consistent person understands that greatness is not built in a day, but through countless days of unbroken effort. Pain is the fire that shapes strength. It burns away weakness, pride and illusion, leaving behind the raw essence of endurance. Every wound carries a lesson and every struggle holds a hidden seed of transformation. Those who avoid pain remain fragile, but those who face it become unbreakable. Pain is not meant to destroy, it is meant to purify. It strips away everything false until only truth remains, the truth of what a person is truly made of. Through that suffering, resilience is born. The difference between defeat and power lies in how one responds to pain. Most people curse it, run from it or drown beneath it. Winners absorb it, study it and turn it into fuel. They understand that every hurt contains energy and that energy can either break or build depending on how it is used. Instead of asking why pain exists, they ask what it is trying to teach them. In that acceptance, pain transforms into wisdom and suffering becomes a silent teacher guiding them towards strength. Pain has the power to reveal the unseen parts of a person. It exposes weakness but also uncovers hidden potential. In moments of suffering, masks fall away and the real self appears, raw, wounded, but alive. Pain pushes people beyond comfort into the space where growth begins. It demands surrender, but that surrender is not defeat, it is awareness. Through the acceptance of pain, one discovers clarity that no comfort can offer. It awakens depth, empathy, and strength that can only be forged through struggle. Those who rise through pain stop fearing it. They learn that every scar carries a story of survival. Each hurt they endure becomes a reminder of what they overcame. Pain no longer controls them because they have learned to control its meaning. What once caused tears now fuels determination. A legacy mindset is built by those who see beyond personal gain. They do not chase recognition or applause because their purpose runs deeper than fame. Their focus is not on the rewards of the present, but on the impact that will remain when they are gone. Every action they take, every word they speak, carries the weight of intention. They understand that true success is not measured by possessions, but by the change they create in others. Such individuals live with vision, not vanity. The legacy thinker moves with purpose even in silence. They build not for today's comfort, but for tomorrow's foundation. Their efforts may go unnoticed for years, but they are not driven by validation. They know that everything meaningful requires time to grow. Their work becomes a seed planted in the hearts of others, one that continues to flourish long after they have left. This quiet persistence becomes their power, and their influence expands without needing attention. The journey of a winner is not defined by trophies or applause, but by endurance, resilience, and an unbroken spirit. When you refuse to quit, life eventually kneels before your persistence, because the universe always yields to the one who never gives up.